To determine insulation quality using a hand crank megaohmeter, you will need firstly a hand crank megaohmeter and secondly test cables with alligator clips. The procedure involves several steps. The first step is to disconnect power. Ensure that the circuit under test is energized before performing the test. The second step is to connect the megaohmeter. Attach one test cable's alligator clip to the ground terminal and the other clip to the conductor being tested. The third step is to crank the handle. Turn the hand crank to generate a voltage across the insulation. The fourth step is to observe the reading. The megaohmeter will display the insulation resistance value in megaohms. To assess insulation quality, consider these guidelines. Good insulation typically shows a resistance value of 1 megaohm or higher. Bad insulation may exhibit a resistance value of less than 1 megaohm, which can indicate insulation breakdown, moisture intrusion, or other damage. The National Electrical Code does not provide a specific table for minimum insulation resistance values for different wire sizes and types. However, it provides general guidelines in Table 110.16a. For systems operating at 600 volts or less, insulation resistance should be at least 1 megaohm per 1000 feet of conductor. For larger conductors, the resistance value may be reduced by 50% for conductors larger than 1 American wire gauge. Now, let's calculate the minimum insulation resistance for 500 MCM wire with XHHW insulation. The length is 1000 feet and the reduction factor for conductors larger than 1 American wire gauge is 50%. The minimum insulation resistance can be calculated as 1 megaohm per 1000 feet multiplied by 0.5, which equals 0.5 megaohm. Therefore, for good insulation, the resistance of a 500 MCM wire with XHHW insulation should be at least 0.5 megaohm, which is 500,000 ohms, as measured with a hand crank megaohmeter. When using a hand crank megaohmeter, it's crucial to understand how the device works and what the readings indicate. The megaohmeter applies a high voltage, typically 500 volts or 1000 volts, to the insulation being tested. This voltage forces a small current to flow through the insulation. The meter then measures this current and calculates the insulation resistance based on Ohm's law. A higher resistance indicates better insulation, while a lower resistance suggests a potential problem. Several factors can affect insulation resistance readings. Firstly, temperature plays a significant role. Insulation resistance tends to decrease as temperature increases. This is because higher temperatures increase the mobility of ions within the insulation material, leading to higher leakage currents. Secondly, humidity can also affect insulation resistance, especially in older or damaged insulation. Moisture can penetrate the insulation and provide a conductive path, lowering the resistance. Thirdly, contamination, such as dirt, oil, or chemicals, can create conductive paths across the insulation surface, leading to lower readings. Fourthly, voltage stress over time can degrade insulation. Continuous exposure to high voltage can cause gradual breakdown of the insulation material, reducing its resistance. Fifthly, the type of insulation material influences the resistance. Different materials have different dielectric properties and inherent resistance levels. For example, cross-linked polyethylene, or XLPE, typically has higher insulation resistance than older materials like rubber. In addition to the general guidelines provided by the NEC, industry standards and manufacturer recommendations offer more specific criteria for evaluating insulation resistance. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE, provides detailed guidelines for insulation testing in its Standard 43. These guidelines specify minimum acceptable insulation resistance values based on the type of equipment, voltage rating, and operating conditions. Equipment manufacturers also provide recommended insulation resistance values for their products. These values are based on the specific design and materials used in the equipment. Consulting these recommendations can help ensure accurate assessment of insulation quality. When interpreting megaohmeter readings, it's important to consider the trend of resistance values over time. A single low reading may not necessarily indicate a problem if the resistance has been stable over previous tests. However, a sudden drop in resistance or a gradual decline over multiple tests is a cause for concern. It suggests that the insulation is deteriorating and may eventually fail. Several other tests can complement Megaohmeter testing to provide a more comprehensive assessment of insulation quality. Firstly, dielectric absorption test measures the rate at which the insulation absorbs electrical charge. A higher absorption rate indicates better insulation quality. Secondly, polarization index test compares the insulation resistance after 10 minutes to the resistance after 1 minute. A higher polarization index indicates better insulation. Thirdly, step voltage test involves applying different voltage levels to the insulation and measuring the resulting current. A nonlinear increase in current with increasing voltage suggests insulation defects. Proper safety precautions are essential when performing Megaohmeter testing. Firstly, always de-energize the circuit before connecting the Megaohmeter. Failure to do so can result in electric shock or equipment damage. Secondly, use properly insulated test leads and probes. Ensure that the insulation is in good condition and rated for the voltage being used. Thirdly, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including gloves and safety glasses. Fourthly, never touch the test leads or the equipment under test while the Megaohmeter is operating. The high voltage can be dangerous. Fifthly, discharge the circuit after completing the test. Insulation can retain a charge even after the Megaohmeter is turned off. Using a hand crank Megaohmeter requires a bit of practice to get consistent and reliable results. Firstly, ensure the meter is properly calibrated. Calibration ensures the accuracy of the readings. Secondly, maintain a steady cranking speed. Fluctuations in speed can affect the voltage applied to the insulation and the resulting resistance reading. Thirdly, allow sufficient time for the reading to stabilize. Insulation resistance can change over time, especially in older or damaged insulation. Fourthly, record the temperature and humidity at the time of the test. These factors can affect the readings, so it's important to document them for future reference. To summarize, determining insulation quality with a hand crank Megaohmeter involves several steps, including disconnecting power, connecting the Megaohmeter, cranking the handle, and observing the reading. Good insulation typically shows a high resistance, while bad insulation shows a low resistance. The NEC provides general guidelines for minimum insulation resistance, and industry standards and manufacturer recommendations offer more specific criteria. Always follow proper safety precautions when performing Megaohmeter testing. When evaluating insulation resistance, consider several factors. Firstly, the history of the insulation is important. Older insulation naturally degrades over time. The age of the insulation can significantly impact its resistance. Secondly, the environmental conditions play a role. Exposure to extreme temperatures, humidity, or chemicals can accelerate the degradation of insulation. Thirdly, the operating conditions also matter. Insulation that is constantly subjected to high voltage or current stress is more likely to fail. To extend the life of electrical insulation, consider the following maintenance practices. Firstly, regular inspections are crucial. Visually inspect insulation for signs of damage, such as cracks, cuts, or discoloration. Secondly, cleaning the insulation is important. Remove dirt, oil, and other contaminants that can create conductive paths. Thirdly, applying protective coatings can help. Seal the insulation from moisture and other environmental factors. Fourthly, reducing voltage stress can help. Operate equipment within its rated voltage and current limits. Fifthly, ensuring proper ventilation can help. Prevent overheating, which can accelerate insulation degradation. Megaohmeters are available in different types, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Hand crank Megaohmeters are portable and do not require an external power source, making them suitable for field testing. However, they require manual cranking, which can be tiring for extended testing. Battery-powered Megaohmeters provide a more consistent voltage and are easier to use, but they require batteries, which can run out during testing. Electronic Megaohmeters offer advanced features such as data logging and automatic testing, but they are more expensive and may require specialized training to operate. The choice of Megaohmeter depends on the specific application and the user's preferences. When selecting a Megaohmeter, consider the following factors. Firstly, the voltage range is important. Choose a meter that can apply the appropriate voltage for the insulation being tested. Secondly, the resistance range is also important. Ensure that the meter can measure the expected range of insulation resistance values. Thirdly, the accuracy of the meter matters. Look for a meter with a high degree of accuracy to ensure reliable readings. Fourthly, the features of the meter are relevant. Consider features such as data logging, automatic testing, and built-in safety features. Fifthly, the price of the meter should be considered. Balance the features and performance with the cost to find the best value. In addition to testing insulation resistance, Megaohmeters can also be used to test the continuity of circuits. To test continuity, set the Megaohmeter to the lowest resistance range and connect the test leads to the 2 points being tested. A low resistance reading indicates continuity, while a high resistance reading indicates an open circuit. Continuity testing is useful for troubleshooting wiring problems and verifying the integrity of electrical connections. Megaohmeters are valuable tools for electrical maintenance and safety. Regular insulation testing can help identify potential problems before they lead to equipment failure or electrical hazards. By understanding how to use a Megaohmeter and interpret the readings, electricians and technicians can ensure the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. In conclusion, using a hand-crank Megaohmeter to determine insulation quality is a crucial skill for electrical professionals. By following the correct procedures, understanding the NEC guidelines, and considering the factors that affect insulation resistance, you can accurately assess the condition of electrical insulation and prevent potential problems. Remember to always prioritize safety and use the appropriate personal protective equipment when working with electrical equipment. Always ensure to disconnect the power from the circuit before connecting a Megaohmeter. Proper use of a Megaohmeter can increase the lifespan of your electrical equipment and components.